Hello. 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 I'll give it a few more minutes. Well, a couple more seconds. And then I'll get to it. Hmm. Come on in, people. Come on in. 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 Waiting for y'all to hit the come on in. I know it's been a while since I've done a live. I know. A little bit of Palo Santo. Just a little bit. Just set my bowl down and we're about to get started. So, I'm trying to see if somebody might come through, but it's kind of last minute, so we're gonna see. All right. Well, anyways, welcome. Hold on, I think it's better to do it like this. There you go. Some glitter for you. All right. So I'm gonna get into it, and we're gonna do it right now. All right. So pretty much, I've been in this kind of like zone, and that's kind of why you haven't seen me really. I've been just kind of in a zone, and I've been learning new information. And I'm a Virgo, so I go through my hermit phase of life where, I have to kind of get away from the world or I feel suffocated. And it's not an anxiety thing or post traumatic stress thing. It's more of me just going internally. Um, and it's just something I've been doing since I was a little kid. Like, when I need my space, I just need my space. And that's just something that helps me to, go into my sanctuary and my solitude and to really just think, without explaining myself or without, you know, um, going into too much detail. It's just me, my mind, my imagination, um, at play. And it's just something that really helps me to be grounded into who I am. And I go through these stages, and I think everybody, a lot of people go through this. Not just Virgos, but I know Virgos are known for going, kind of like they can go missing sometimes, you'll and it's not necessarily to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. It's just literally if Virgos or if me personally, if I feel like there's a lot going on. Hi, Heaven. I like your new picture. That is cute. Hello. It's a new energy. Hello. So, yeah. So, if I feel just kind of like either overwhelmed or just like I need to get away, I'll just kind of like fade away, but not like purposely. It's just something that I needed to go internally to figure out who I am again. It's kind of like a whole process thing. Thank you. Yeah, definitely a beautiful energy, and it's a beautiful time as well to have and to change and to do new things and to explore new options. It's definitely a new energy, okay? And we're getting closer and closer to the new year, and as we're doing that, a lot, not just internally, but in the planet, just the universe in general is changing. Um, and so it's beautiful. Oh yeah, I forgot. Hold on. There you go. There's some fairy dust for you. And hopefully all of your wishes come true. So, yeah, so it's just been a very different time. And the holidays are usually, I love the holidays. I think it's my favorite holiday has always been Christmas. But as I get older now, it's definitely a switch in the holiday spirit type of thing. And it's just kind of like, oh, yeah, it's just another day. But as far as new things and what I've learned with going internally is that everything is mental, first of all. And I say that a lot. And I say that a lot because it's true. Um, if you think about it like this, how do you really know what you're perceiving is to be completely false or completely true? Now, if I say that, you can go into so many different zones in your mind, like your factual mind, your your left brain will go into the logical state, and it'll be like, wait. Let me confine this into this little category. This is what your left brain does, or your your logical mind does. Okay, and that's why when it comes to manifesting, fiction is not always the best to use when you're manifesting because or not fiction but fact, because a lot of people want to have this concrete fact behind how manifesting works. And to be honest, it just kind of does. It's just kind of stranger than fiction type of thing, or stranger than fact, or stranger than fiction, or whatever. Um, so basically, I've been breaking down these programs in my own subconscious, in my own thought process. And I really just dig in to who I am without me thinking about other people first and how they're going to see me doing that. Like, okay, let's talk about something like, you don't do in public, right? You don't sing in public in certain areas. You just don't do it. You don't do certain things because it might offend other people, or you just keep it very minimal. And these are programs. These are mental constructs, and it also can affect, because when you think about it, it can affect you from getting out there and doing and meeting new people and learning new things. It can really affect you because there's this program in your mind that says, oh, this is how I was taught, this is how I was raised. You respect people in public. You don't use profanity. These, of course, because you don't want to offend anybody and you don't want to do anything to make yourself look a hot mess. Okay. Now, certain things I have broken down the barriers. And of course, the respect is always there for other people, because you respect yourself. But at the same time, there's certain things that I've been and unprogramming myself to be stuck on that one, kind of frame of mind. So I've been breaking down the illusions that was taught to me as a child and understanding why I feel as if I don't belong, or I feel as if, I'm not good enough. And that is really just because we received as childhood. At childhood, the first time you came into this walk, okay, it was programmed into you. Don't do this. They're gonna look at you weird. If you do this, you're gonna disown the family. If you do this, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, who are you without that put over you? And that's what I've been doing. That's where I've been, is in my mind. I've been breaking down the wall. It was like, okay, what things do I want to release? Because a lot of the things in life seem like this is how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what it is, say if just certain things like, oh, just like this, or you should do this. Those mental constructs really take away from your creativity, okay? And it takes away from an essence of yourself and makes you feel completely like you don't belong because you're not expressing yourself. You're not expressing yourself in art. You're not expressing yourself with your hair, okay? You're not expressing yourself through different things that you can tap into. I know, and it's kind of funny because as a Virgo, I'm not just gonna say as a Virgo, but I think a lot of people do this, but I just kind of like, when life seems too much for me, I back away, I look at my situation, and I do certain things, certain rituals to cleanse away negative energies, and I just kind of just like go into the zone of protecting myself. You know what I'm saying? Or learning something new to come and bring. What up, Blessed? Hey, hello, welcome. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been. Like, it's funny because I do that often. Not often, but like sometimes. And I won't even realize I'm like backing away until I'm like, people are like, I missed you. And I'm like, You know what? I'm so sorry. Like, because it's just something I've been doing for a long time. I like, if you ask even my own family members, like, if I feel like a situation in my life is like, or just too much energy surrounding like people, because I'm sensitive, I'm an empath. So when there's things going on too much, thank you so much. When there's so much going on and it's chaotic, I back away and I just look at myself in the mirror and I say, who are you right now? And what are you gonna do about the situation? Like, what are you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't even hold up. There's some fairy dust for you, blessed. All right. I'm gonna have to clean it up later, but it's all good. And hope all your wishes come true. So yeah, that's where I've been pretty much in my mind. Like, and I know you were. I was gonna call you out on it, but yeah, I was like, really? Is the okay? But no, I understand. But anyways, and then also my cat's been going through some things as well. But I figured out it's a normal girl cats, and so I thought she was going through a lot of extreme pain, and um, for like 2 3 days now, she's been just crying and crying and all this stuff, and I figured out and found out what was wrong with her, and that just makes everything feel a lot better. Um, yes, my cat Muna. So she's feeling a lot better, and everything like that. But also, what I really wanted to talk about today is about all everything like that. And if y'all have something to add on to the whole thing, go ahead and I'll see what's going on. Well, I don't know. She is I don't know what to like. She's in heat, I guess. Uh, it's just a whole bunch, but yeah, she's pretty young still. So I found out what's going on with her, and I took her to the vet and everything, and so she's doing fine. Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, I didn't really know what that meant. Like, I mean, I've had animals before, but never a female cat. So I wouldn't even know what the hell is going on. But anyways, so yeah, as you can tell, a few of my videos lately have been a lot about the mental, and um, I'm definitely manifesting a computer so that I can be able to, and that's definitely number one on my list. So that will be coming soon. But as far as mental, it's been a lot of research. And what I found out is, if you don't know what the third eye is, or the pineal gland, um, we'll go into depth about that. But I wanted to really know, and I've said I've done a video about the illusion or an enchantment slash. We pretty much know that everything is a glamour, and literally just means it's actually the name of the filter that's on right. Yeah. Anyway, so a glamour really just is um yeah, something that it has a veil over it. So it's kind of like, if I was to say, like, it's like The Little Mermaid. If you remember, um, the witchy octopus lady and how she turned herself into this beautiful, gorgeous, she still looked evil though. But anyways, oh my gosh, it's crazy you said that because I just did a Chung Li video. Another one. But anyways, funny. Real funny. But anyways, so I know that's what your mind is doing. Your mind is literally covering up. I know my phone is like a hot mess, but anyways, your mind is basically things logic, and that's why I say when it comes to and bringing things into your existence, logic can be a downfall because what you're doing is you're pulling from basically you're pulling something from a spiritual realm. Okay, place you go when you dream. That's the astral realm, the ancestral realm. That's you tapping into a message from your soul. Okay, and so basically you're pulling that energy from the thought process and you're trying to bring it into the physical. And so a lot of people will be like, I don't believe I can pull some money out of thin air. And that's what's messing up the process of you actually being able to, is because you don't believe in it. Just like when you look at the movie Peter Pan, and he's like, I don't believe in fairies. And every time he would say that, a fairy would drop dead. Because the more you don't believe in something, the more it doesn't exist. But the more you put your intentions on something, the more it shows itself to you. For an example, like, there was like this experiment or whatever. And I don't know what it's called. I seen this about probably like 3-4 years ago. But it was an experiment to create a god or a deity. Basically, what they did was they prayed to like they made it up. It was like, say if I took a strawberry and I said, hey, this is my god. What they did is they started praying to that strawberry. And praying for certain things and praying for this and praying for that. Lo and behold, the person received what they were praying for. And they continuously prayed and prayed for the same thing over and over and over again, right? Now, though they were praying to something outside of themselves, a strawberry, what they were really doing was pulling from their subconscious mind, from the side of you, from that mind that tells you to go this way, and then you go this way and something happens, or that part of yourself that tells you, don't leave the house yet, but you do and you see something happen or something happens. Like, that's the part of yourself that is not based upon logic, but it's more so, it is, but it isn't. It's more so based off of believing and belief in yourself. And so that's what I've been diving into. Now, you can create worlds inside your mind because really what is true will never perish. Okay? Because the soul is the truth. The soul is when you take that covering or that veil off of a situation. Okay? It's that part. Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of people, they kind of get hung up on good versus evil, positive and negative, da 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 da. You gotta live in them, yeah. Because at the end of the day, when you see flashes of something that you're like, it's not, I've never seen this in my waking, like, I've never, like, for an example, I've had quick visions, flashes of me actually being alive during it was quick. It was quick. We from your soul. It's the only thing that is eternal, that is everlasting, and it knows all. So, this physical, I don't know what's going on right now. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm just doing something. But anyways, hold on. Let me see. Okay. I gotta make you and it's crazy because no matter what phone I've had, this area just really sucks. But if you want to buy me a phone, that'd be nice. Hey, I won't deny it. But anyways, um, so yeah, it's really powerful. That is not exactly logical, but more so a feeling. At the end of the day, to that heart chakra allows you and helps you to create, because the ego really wants to, like, your ego will make you get caught up, like, for real, like, your ego is, it has to be separated from creating, okay? And the ego is basically the part of you that wants to make people impressed by you, basically wants to get in, to be a superhero and show everybody that you're this, or that you're so popular, just like those things that people want. They want a car just to flex and finesse and to show people that they doing well. That's the humanity that has been programmed in us, that we got to have the best car, that we got to have the best looking girlfriend, or that we got to have this or that. That is all just to appease the ego. That is all just to make yourself look good, or to, you know, be a crowd pleaser. But when you tap into the knowledge within your mind and you create a world of, okay, I am tapping into my goddess energy when I go within my mind and I say that, I am the creator of my world. I'm the creator of my universe. Even though, we want to help everybody, sometimes we want to save everybody. You cannot. Physically, physically you cannot, because people will literally um try to pull you down physically, mentally, spiritually. If they're not, if they're not, if they see that you're coming out of that ego and you're being to your studies and to yourself and to what is good for you, they're gonna be like, oh, no, 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 no. And so, it's, we have them in our family, we have them in our friends, we got them over here. The people that just want you to stay the same. They don't want you to lift off and blast off into ascend. They don't want your pineal to be open. They don't want your third eye to be open. They don't want you to thyself, because when you know thyself, you're not living in a realm of the illusions that are cast. You're not impressed by somebody having the best car. You're not impressed by somebody, you know, you're not impressed by that. You're just not. You're more impressed with that person's mental because great minds think alike. And if they don't think alike, then, they think similar. You know what I'm saying? And it's finding your mental construct. Where do you fit in? Where do you belong? And not even where you fit in, but just like, where are you and what are you creating in your own mind? What are you creating in your mind that's this physical earth? Because, at the end of the day, it's your hell or it's your heaven that you're creating. Just like when we watch certain shows, cartoons and stuff, and you'll see when I was little watching Tom and Jerry, and you will always see the devil on one shoulder and the angel on one shoulder. See, everything on program, okay? It's a program. And when at that, they might give you a couple hints here and there, but they want you to be in love with the back. But the television program does not want you to ascend and think outside of the box. The TV program wants you to be stuck on your lower nature, stuck in a one-track mind, be stuck inside of your ego. But if you can get out of that ego as much as possible, of course, we still live on this planet and we're still physical beings as well. But, if you can, the best thing is just to try to get out of that ego so much. That's where you start. Okay? Just notice yourself and how you want to please other people. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do something good for somebody else. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. What I'm talking about is that part of you that, thinks because you got this nice car that, you really nothing when it comes to a metaphysical world, when it comes to your spiritual self. You're really not doing nothing. That's all physical. That's all, illusions. That's all illusions. That's all that is. That's you chasing, for what the television program wants you to do. Is work and get all this money and get you finally work with all this money. All you doing, you working, stressing, paying the bills, and then you finally get you a car. Like, okay, what happens after that though? Okay, so that's just where is really just tapping into my imagination. And what I've noticed is it's it's just so cool. Like, it's so cool. It's so cool. And when you go into your imagination, you don't limit yourself. You don't limit yourself. Oh, you can't go here. You can't go here. Because all that we know has been programmed into us from our parents, from our childhood, from what we've seen on the TV. All we know is from other people and other influences. Okay? And so now for me, it's really time for me to step it up and really see how I can manifest, how I can create a royal mind. And without having the feeling of, oh, if you go internally and in your mind that you're not considered crazy, that's also a part of the ego as well. Because you don't want people to call you crazy. You don't want people, nobody wants to be called and labeled insane. No, I don't think anybody wants to be labeled that. Normalized to it because I have one of those narcissistic parents that has been calling me crazy. Okay, so it's like nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like bring it on. Bring it on. Like so I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. But at the end of the day, I just I just say, allow yourself to create, to be creative. Allow yourself to tap into your mind. That's where you'll see how badass you are. And and when you learn how badass you are, and you probably already know how badass you are, it's just once you start to just go from the heart, okay? Because the mind, the ego, definitely wants you to think and be a robot. There's uses for being lighter, or uses for that. But there's also uses. Like I said, everything is a balance. It's a duality. Okay, there's good and bad. And at the end of the day, I'm starting to learn, and I know this sounds funny as hell, but I'm starting to learn that there's a good, there's a bad, there's not really a bad. There's there is, but day is it's up to you to decide. It's always it's up to you. Okay? And so that's why I say that angel and the devil on your shoulder, that's your angel, that's your devil. That's your mind. How you thinking your heart will determine who you really are. It's not really putting a front on for me, or for me putting a front on for you. It's that internally your heart and your soul really know who you are. And so when we pass away, depending on how you lived in your life or how you thought, that's what world you'll go into. Because like I said, your soul is never ending. When you go into the dream world, you can actually see your ancestors. Like I've had dreams of my grandma, and I haven't seen them. I've felt them, and I've felt their presence, but they're active in my mind. They're active there because we are soul and we are physical beings, okay? Just like when you look at the baby, or the sperm before it gets the suit or the skin around it. Pure soul, and the body is just protecting that. And really, it's a form of gases and all of this other. It can get deep. You know what I'm saying? It can get deep. So everything you're seeing, you're creating everything. And I know it sounds weird because it's like I can't really. How can I create this with my mind? It's physical. But you are. Yeah, I mean, people and places, people that come into your life. I'm not saying like people who have hurt you. Because some things are definitely teaching you're being taught and things like that from, but my conclusion is that everyone with the soul, because not everybody has a soul, and we just gonna be blunt, but everybody with a soul just living out this physical experience and going through their own mental test. Okay? This is really just a playground for one giant ball of energy, which is the creator, to detach from itself and go into different forms of energy, because everything is energy. So I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know, sometimes it's just unscramble everything in my mind to put it into words. I'm not very word sad, like I'm not a wordsmith, but in my mind, everything, all the information is there. Everything is there in your mind. Okay? Your mind is the original computer. Okay? Somebody had to think about making an Apple phone. Somebody had to program that Apple phone. Somebody had to make a robot. Okay? Somebody had to learn how to make a factory. All of this stuff is mental. We're mental beings. We're soul beings. Okay? So sometimes we can get lost inside of other people's mind instead of our own. Because what you're seeing on TV is other people's energy, what they want you, what you should be looking like. Oh, you should be looking like this. Oh, you should have this diamond ring. Well, damn it, that's my mind. First of all, okay? I am the gym. So at the end of the day, it's all inside of me, internally. Okay? And that's the thing with manifesting, is you have to be sure of yourself. It's not being selfish to believe that you, and it's not even a part of the ego. The ego is something different. The ego is the ego is just, I don't know how to explain, because there's a different side of the ego that is more dormant, that is like good amount, but then there's an over exaggerated ego that wants to trick you to believe that that what other people think about you matters. Because at the end of the day, somebody, like I said, they can call you the worst thing. Hi, Emma. Hello. Oh yeah, hold on. Here's some fairy dust for you. Yes. I got a whole bunch of fairy dust on my table, on my shoes, everywhere. And hopefully all of your wishes come true. All right. So yeah, so that ego is definitely something else. And it can trick you to want to get out of bed and look. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to look a certain way, or to do something a certain way, or to be impressive. But there's something wrong when you want to, it's kind of like I said, everything in my mind is sounding a different way than how it. But yeah, I hope that makes sense, because the ego is something else. But yeah, like the part of the ego that lies dormant more and is more of a selfishness, that is a necessary selfishness, is the goal. There's a balance, like I said, to everything. Everything is a duality. And so when you look at yourself and you think that, I'm so good, I do good things to people, I give people this, and And I live my life in a good way. When you say that, because I've noticed I say that a lot when bad shit happens. In the eyes of energy, in the eyes of the universe, doesn't matter whether, you know, you are the best like you're the nicest person to people, or you do this, or you're this good person. The thing is, this is your universe. This is what you're creating for yourself. Now, I'm not talking about like stuff like rape and stuff like that. That's a whole different thing. I don't even want to even associate that, because in my opinion, that's just a demonic energy, period. But what I'm talking about when I'm saying your universe, I'm talking about bringing things from your mind, like my hair, okay? My hair, for example. My hair was an hour or two ago. I just thought about what I don't have a wig. What am I gonna do? I wanna look like a goddess. I want to look patient of how I whatever I can do with my hair, with no money, with no braiding hair. Like, what can I do? And the creation process stemming from my soul, for you to be seen, station at its finest. At its finest. You go internally, you go inside, and you imagine it, and you say, yes, I have that. Yes, yes, I got that shit. That's mine. It's for me, and it's not being selfish. Being selfish is when you know you're being selfish. When you're doing it on purpose. That's where your heart is judging you, because we are our own judge. At the end of the day, mentally, all this programming has really fucked us up to look at other things outside of ourselves. It's really, 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 really messed us up a lot. Just as a nation, period. And, a lot of these metaphors have become law. So, Emma, I know you're just coming in, but I was talking about how there was an experiment that was done. I seen this video about, I'm thinking 3 or 4 years ago. And basically, it was how to create a god or a deity. Okay, it was crazy because these people were like, we're gonna, for example, I don't know exactly what they did. It's been a while, but I remember that they took, like, let's just say a strawberry, and they were praying the strawberry for a few weeks, and pretty much dated like what time, how long the prayer was, and all that. And what they had been praying for actually manifested, and they got what they were praying for. Now, at the end of the day, the strawberry is outside of the strawberry. But does that mean that the strawberry actually made that happen? No, it was their mind. They were praying. they were praying to themselves. Everything outside of you is either a reflection of you, or it's like I said, with everything, it's either a reflection of you, or it's just, I'm not saying that it's fake, like this. I'm not saying this is fake. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying a lot of the programming and a lot of the illusions and a lot of the glamour that has been shown to us, on TV, on billboards, they do that stuff, billboards, and all this other stuff. Why why there's so much billboarding, and why when you go on TV, all you hear is about, what medicine to take when you're feeling sick like this or that. Because these television programs don't want you to realize that you actually have internal power within you. When you unlock, okay? When you unlock your third eye, when you unlock your pineal gland, when you unlock your heart chakra, when you're able to feel and bring it to you, okay? When you're able to get out of the so much logic sense of life. Everybody wants facts. And sometimes those facts can fuck up your manifestation process. Oh, it's impossible to bring something out of thin air. Those are the logical thoughts that you've been forced in school and just everywhere. You can't. There's no such thing as this. There's no such thing as this. While in the meanwhile, these people are doing these. They've been doing that we are not allowing ourselves, which is self, which is go internally. And I used to think that because I couldn't meditate, like when I was going to meditate, but when I was going internally, I wasn't really connecting like the pieces to what like source wanted me to understand. And I just kind of like would meditate for 5 minutes. It would be like, and what I've noticed is that it's pretty much the same. Like everybody is different. Everybody in school, like when they want to make everybody kind of think the same way. So sometimes people fail because you're in my mind. I just have it all. I have it everything, organized of what I want to say. But anyways, another thing I wanted to say was basically the intention. We'll get on that. Pretty much what we've been talking about, just a deeper concept. So basically, anything you put your focus on has a way of bringing it to you. Now, if you ever thought about an old friend or somebody you haven't seen in years, we've done it before. We all had this experience, at least most of us. You think about somebody, an old friend, an old pal, and what happens? You come across them, and it's like, I was just thinking about you. That's the whole moral. That's it. That's all you need to know, is that when that happens, that's a manifestation process. And a lot of the times why it happens so quick when it comes to that certain subject is because we're not really thinking too hard on it. It's not something that we really want like that. It just happens because we thought about it. So that's why it can be so difficult to see money and results like that, because we focus so much on it and we're just trying to like pull and pull. And sometimes with the law of duality, when you're pulling on something so hard, the shadow side of yourself is actually pulling it on the other side. So like when you see a Peter Pan and he's trying to grab his shadow and stick it to himself, you're basically fighting against yourself. Really, the judgment is on us. We're really doing a lot of the stuff that we're doing as far as like when we think we're these perfect people, and when we make a mistake that is bad or something, we're fighting against duality. We're fighting against good versus evil. I'll have to do another live on good versus evil and how they're both almost the same. Like they're very similar. When I break it down, how I break probably do pictures and stuff for that. Because I can't really explain it like how I want to. It'll probably come out in a way like where it's like, oh, you know, she thinking that evil is this and that. No, 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 no. No. Shadow side is a subconscious mind, okay? And a lot of these movies, these Disney movies, they be slick because they know what they doing. Peter Pan's shadow side is his subconscious mind. Basically, when you look at it, it's like not to grow up, not to become an adult. Why? Because when you grow up, you become so lost in imagination, right? That's basically what they're telling you. When you grow up, you don't have an imagination anymore. And you gotta work 10 times to get that back. So, even like the movie Where the Wild Things Are, right? If you watch that movie, if you watch certain movies, they really giving you key points, but then again, they want you to fall in love with being the hero, when really you're supposed to be the hero for yourself first. Okay, it goes deep. It goes very deep, and like, what is the movie called? What is the movie? I don't know, but a lot of these Disney movies got this occult symbolism behind it. Start doing. I'm gonna start breaking it down for y'all. If y'all want breakdowns of that right now, I started seeing these breakdowns and it blew my mind. Like, blew my mind away. Go to what is it called? Love, Live Life, or I could be saying it's like love, live life. That's their motto. But anyways, I hope that that's it. But if it's not, we'll do our own breakdowns, and I'll probably put this person's videos on the description below. But yeah, it's powerful stuff when you dig into it and you really look at these movies and how they're programming you from Jump Street. Like a movie like that. Okay. Like, I want to talk about this movie, but I haven't seen it. I've only seen the breakdown of it, but it's so crazy. Like that movie, the Sword and the Stone. I don't know what it's called. Like, I've always wanted to see the movie when I was younger, but I never got to see it. He pulls out the sword and stuff. Well, there's a lot of occult meaning behind that, and how, all these people. Okay, so basically, the young boy, the reason why the little boy was able to pull out the sword and the stone, and all these adults couldn't do it, and these people who train real hard and stuff, is because this little boy was more in touch with his heart, with his imagination. And he wasn't thinking about, oh, I need to go train and do all the pure heart. And what they mean when they say pure heart, they mean this person is not weighed down with the cares of the world. That's the goal, is to deprogram yourself and go back to being happy, and just, buy you some roller skates. And I got mines, and I be looking a hot mess trying to stand up on them, but I'm not worried about it. You know what I don't care what people how they see me. They can look at me and think I'm crazy and I wouldn't care. And, you know, I'd say fuck them. Pretty much that's what, in a lot, they can't really get in touch with that side sometime because either they're weighed down with life. They might, have, um, but I would just say play, like if you have kids, play with them. Like if they're imagining stuff, that's a good way to get in touch with your imagination and with bringing things into your existence is through your kids because they're right there. And a really good build tonight. I'm really, really satisfied with the way that this turned out because sometimes I can't, sometimes I just am not able to, sometimes I just am not able to communicate it on the level that I want to. Being here with me on this journey and really not judging like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though um, I'm starting to not really, and it's not offense to nobody, but I'm just starting to just be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a such thing as really there's just oh yeah, another great thing that just oh yeah, another great thing that just popped in my head. You remember, I don't know if y'all seen the movie Hooked. It's not like Peter Pan, but it's the like real movie like with Robin Williams. And if you notice, they'll talk about what's his name? I don't know, but he grew up and he lost his marbles. Okay, he lost his bag of marbles. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know. But those that seen the movie, it's an older gentleman in the movie Hooked, and he keeps looking for his marbles, and he's like, "I've lost my marbles. Can you help me find my marbles?" And it's funny because that just popped in my head, but when he says I've lost my marbles, I kind of equate that to I've lost my mind. I've lost my mind. I've lost my marbles. Cause you've heard that like saying before, right? Like I've lost my mind, like my marbles, meaning I've lost my mind. And it's funny because hi Heaven, hello. Hello, welcome back. Heaven, have you seen that movie, that one movie Hooked? Have you seen that? But anyways, yeah, he's like, I've lost my marbles. And it's the occult meaning behind it, like we'll kind of pass up those like little things. We'll pass them up because we're so programmed to not really we put it in our subconscious mind, but we're programmed not really to question it. Oh no, you cool. You are good. I just kind of lit some Palo Santo because the quality was acting a hot mess. But anyways, so yeah, I'm about to get off of here in a like 3 minutes, but yes, we are lit for real. But anyways, so yeah, it's a beautiful build, and I really, really love just like the energy of tonight. And I think all of this stuff that I've been learning is definitely help me articulate it a little bit more for tonight. And that's why I like sometimes go into my safe haven, which is really just me going into my subconscious mind. And and the easiest way that I go into my subconscious mind is imagination. I mean, when my niece was here, you know, and you guys probably saw her on the Moonwater video. When she was here, I took that time and used it to the full advantage, like, because she's already in touch with her imagination, with her creative side. And so I'm over here, I'm playing with her, we're drawing, she's doing my hair, and we're just really digging in to, hello, welcome back. We're really just digging into this area that a lot of people, now when it's funny because when I started going back into my imagination and just really getting roller skates and things I used to like as a kid, things I used to love to do as a kid. Now, I'm not talking about things that, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but just doing things that made me happy, collecting rocks, you know, going on a walk, an adventure, calling it an adventure. You know, when you do stuff like that, your mind, your subconscious mind leads you to certain things. Like, if you follow your imagination, if you follow your heart, you might happen to find $200 on the street. And this has happened recently. So it's not a bragging thing. But what I'm saying is that let your intuition guide you. Let your heart guide you, and let your imagination guide you. And when you do that, you'll be guided to whatever, you know, your higher self, which is really your subconscious mind, wants to show you. Your dreams when you go to bed are not just dreams. They are symbols. Symbols, but we have forgotten how to read symbols. Everywhere in ancient day and things, you see symbols, okay? Because your mind, your subconscious mind, works with symbols. That's just how it goes, okay? Your dream world is the spiritual world. Even if you've seen the movie Coco, okay? They even say that, okay? So it's just important. I feel it's important to really explain this, because, you know, the piece that sometimes feels like it's missing within us as adults, and that part of us that makes us feel as if we're depressed, or we're stressed, or we got this going on, is really just us missing our creative nature, which is who we are, truly, are creators. Okay? So, you know, hopefully this has inspired you. And even if you are already creating and doing other things like that, which we do every day, because, you know, every day we wake up, but we've just been taught this life of over and over and over and over the same type of shit. Get up, you know, get dressed, go to work, get up, get dressed, go to work, get up, get dressed, go to work. Like, when does it end? It's like that alone should make a lot of people crazy, because it's like, but I understand that's a system, a perpetual and you know, a lower being that these people want us to be living on. They don't want us to reach our higher potential and our higher chakra. They want us to be able to be free from the bondage. And the bondage really is just our own mind, making us think that we have no other choice, that we have no other way. And so I hope that that makes sense, and I hope that that helps. And I hope that, you know, that this inspires you to just create. Even if you think it's ugly, just make something random every day. Let's do a challenge that every day, or at least try to make something little, make something, anything, and see how much your mind opens up, and see how much just positive things come to you. Just see. You know what I'm saying? The more open you are as far as creatively, the more you just, you're just open, and your heart is open. Okay? So, I'm about to head to bed pretty soon, and um I think that, if, and I've tried to do a challenge before, and it kind of flopped because I kind of flopped on it. But if you want to take this challenge, okay, um, if you have my Facebook, if not, if you do, make a collage of the things that you've created. It can be two seashells together, and that's it. Like, make a collage of pictures, and show me what you're creating. You know what I'm saying? And that would be awesome. And it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It really doesn't. It can be anything, 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 anything. It can be two bobby pins put together, and that's it. As long as we're creating, as long as we're making things. I think in school, my best moments were either in the music class, the music room, or creating, doing art class, or even doing games. Like, those little things make those are what we like to do. Like, even what else was the best time? Like going outside and playing. Um, so try to add some of these little things into your life, as much as possible, and it'll make a world of difference. Okay. So, all right, y'all. I'm about to jump in my bed. I'm about to relax and go to bed. But you guys have a beautiful. One more thing too. We have an announcement. Okay. So, officially, my spell jar potions are ready. Okay. Now they're going one by one. I have they've been sitting in the dollar for at least 3 weeks now, and so they are pretty much ready to go. So if you want, depending on what you want, now even the love jars have money in them to draw in money energy, and it has the money juice. But if you want love or money, it's both gonna have like little cuttings of $1 in there. So just let me know if you are interested, if you want one. And yeah, I will definitely announce like the price of them. And I'm announcing, I don't know, I'm thinking like not nothing crazy, of course. But yeah, so the first person that asks for one, I'll just kind of like go from there. But yeah, they're done. So if you would like one, now I do have a few specialty jars, not a lot. I have to get some more specialty jars. But if there's one that I have that you would want, a specialty one, then let me know about that as well. Um, but yeah, they're ready to go soon. And as far as how it's worked for me, I personally, like, I use it in different rituals. Like, the thing that I use mine is I put a little bit of it on the mailbox to bring in checks or bring in positive money. I even use mine's. I'll even like the beauty, well, the love or the money one. I kind of just put it on my face because it's, but it's up to you if you have very sensitive skin, which I don't have sensitive skin like that. But I noticed that when I put it on the mailbox, um, which I just started doing not too long ago, I've received like a check that it wasn't random, but it came faster than it was supposed to. So I don't know if it has something to do with that, but yeah. But I know the biggest drastic thing that I've noticed when I use mine is on candles. Money candles that, like, literally the same day that I used it, it was like instant. Like, so it depends on your certain rituals, what you're doing, depending on that. I know the she-shell what are the one that I did on the video down below. Um, it worked with that as well, and I found money with that one. So if you guys are interested, let me know. And they're officially ready to go. So I'm about to head out, and you guys have a beautiful evening. Well, it's probably, I don't know where you guys are located, but yeah, it's 9:38 where I'm at. So that bed is looking comfortable. So I'll see you guys later, and thanks for coming by. Bye, guys.